Yo, we're all the way up to Gen 6 now. We talk about Gen 6. How good is Gen 6 in VGC competitive Pokemon? Now, you take a look at Gen 6, it is extremely small. This is the smallest Pokédex. It is the least amount of Pokemon ever added in a Pokédex, and it has to be the weakest. Like, it's so fucking small. Like it's so tiny. This is when they added Megas. So, if you want to count Megas as Gen 6 instead of like whenever said Pokemon came out, like instead of counting Mega Garchomp as a Gen 4 Pokemon, you count it as Gen 6, then I guess that adds a lot to the Pokédex, but I don't know exactly how to feel about it. I'd rather just talk about original Gen 6 Pokemon here. And honestly, like, yeah, you have Greninja, which Battle Bond and Protein used to be a lot better than it is now. It got fucking nerfed to the ground. And maybe not to the ground, but they definitely nerfed it a lot in Gen 9. Both abilities. Protein only activates once, and Battle Bond only raises your speed, special attack, and attack by one stage instead of like changing it to Ash Greninja. There is no longer Ash Greninja, which is terrible. Chestnut actually got some play here in Scarlet and Violet for being like a really bulky Leech Seed stall Pokemon, but it's super lame. Delphox is just fucking trash. Like, it's trash. Honestly, probably the best like non-legendary Pokemon here in this whole fucking dex might be Sylveon. Sylveon just won World Champion. Sylveon in Scarlet and Violet. In the senior division, Sylveon was on a team. It was on the same team with Gastrodon and Hisuian Arcanine, Zapdos. Like, Sylveon is very, very powerful, especially with like Fairy Terra. It's a fucking new. It offers a little bit different gameplay than Fluttermane. Fluttermane is the number one Pokemon in the format right now, but Sylveon provides a lot more bulk. It is super specially bulky, and Hyper Voice coming off that Pixelate ability is just really fucking strong. It doesn't have the speed or necessarily the power of Fluttermane, but it does a little bit different things. Has a little bit like Hyper Beam, Hyper Voice. Like, it's really fucking strong coming from Sylveon. And Fluttermane is extremely frail, and Sylveon is not. But, there's a couple good Pokemon here, like Talonflame is a really good Tailwind setter. Gale Wings is broken. They kind of nerfed Gale Wings, but back when Gen 6 came out, Choice banned Brave Bird, Gale Wings, Talonflame was fucking crazy. Now it's pretty much just a Will-O-Wisp and Tailwind kind of user. It can get priority Brave Bird, but it doesn't hit it the same anymore. And we can't have a Gen 6 talk without talking about how fucking insanely powerful Xerneas and Yveltal are. Like, they're so good. Xerneas obviously was super fucking meta defining when this game came out. Like, in a restricted formats, like Xerneas is just so good. Geomancy is one of the best moves in the game. Power of Geomancy, Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam is just ridiculous. Yveltal was also really good, especially in Sword and Shield. It can do so many things. You can run in a mixed set. Like, it was really good in Dynamax. We got Max Airstream and Max Flare and stuff, but it's still really good with Assault Vest. You can run Heat Wave, Oblivion Wing, Sucker Punch, Foul Play. Gets so many good moves, and it's really bulky. Yveltal's really. Fairy Aura and Dark Aura are fucking broken. Definitely one of the best sets of legendaries like any game has. Like, in terms of like legendaries go, I would probably say like Gen 3 with Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, definitely number one. But you can definitely make a case for Gen 6 having the best, like second best case of legendaries, honestly. Like, Xerneas and Yveltal are really godlike. And that's pretty much it for Gen 6. Go-Goat sucks. Pangoro's okay, but no play in VGC. Aurorus is an awesome looking Pokemon. I really love the fossils for Gen 6. I think they're absolutely perfect. You get a T-Rex and you get, Bronchosaurus. And I think the fossils are amazing. But in terms of competitive play, everything here just sucks. Goodra is probably the worst pseudo-legendary ever. Hawlucha is pretty good. Unburdened Hawlucha definitely gets some play every now and again. It's pretty good. Meowstic is just worse Grimmsnarl in every way. It's pretty good. I mean, it gets Prankster, T-Wave screens and stuff. It's not bad, but Other Pokemon just do its job way better. Pyroar sucks. Vivillon sucks. Yeah, Ovilux sucks. Yeah, there's just not a lot going on here. I think this is the weakest Pokédex just because it's just so small and so tiny. It just doesn't have the firepower the other one. All the other gens easily have way more Pokemon than this, and that just has such a huge advantage over them. Gen 6, I think, is clearly at the bottom as the worst dex in Pokemon history.